News. Who will start?
I don't have anything, so it's on.
Go for it.
I'll start with news first. Fallout 4.
Well, hold on.
What? Slam that down.
Gamescom?
You want to talk about Gamescom? We talk
Wait,
about
was
Fallout
it announced at Gamescom or what?
No.
What about Fallout 4?
It's set in Boston. Oh, it's to be set in Boston.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I kind of feel about it. Boston's like horrible.
Bet you that you go to New York.
I kind of I'd rather have it in Detroit but Detroit already looks like Fallout, so
Oh wow!
That's
Hopefully none of our viewers are in Detroit.
whatever. We're not getting past Oklahoma. We're not getting.
We're getting to Oklahoma. That's
I think your
good.
brother likes it, so I think that makes it Oklahoma. And that's it.
All my brothers and cousins have watched several things.
Let's watch things. What? All right, so
Of our things.
where was this? Is this on IGN?
Yeah, I was browsing earlier, looking up stuff. But yeah, it's set.
I'm excited.
They don't have anything else really.
I want to go back and play 3 in New Vegas, but the Skyrim sprint button, man, it just
Kills everything else.
spoiled me.
Have you played Dawn Guard yet?
Oh, God.
My DLC. Alright, we'll let you get to that, but my DLC pick is between Close Quarters on Battlefield or Dawn Guard. I can't really choose.
I haven't played it yet either. I'm PS3, so I'm like, where's it at? Where's it at?
It's not on PS3 yet?
It hadn't come out for the longest. Yeah, it's out on the PC. I was looking at my Steam. I was like, yeah, I can totally get them on Steam, but I kind of want it on
That sucks. I kinda
PS3.
I want to get New Vegas on because I had it and I hated it because the difficulty was too high. Because my soapbox for Fallout is I'm exploring. It doesn't need to be hard. It needs to, it's already taken up enough time because I'm exploring everything. So if I get on the PC, then I want it to be able to make it easy and just totally OP and destroy everything up. Yeah.
You can, can't you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
When your gun breaks.
I don't know. I've never played Fallout on the PC. If it has console commands like every other game, then you can do all kinds of shit to it.
I love it. Skyrim. God mode. You just go around and kill shit.
Yep.
what do you got, Shaq?
Mr. Pandera trailer for World of Warcraft.
That is a Gamescom.
It looks amazing.
Threw me off because I swear you guys were talking about it on one podcast and talking about how the tree was nerfed and.
Yes, that's nerfed.
That's all. The beta has been going on for months.
Okay, well, if you said that, that would have cleared that one up.
Was it you that was talking about with the druid?
Yes, that was. Yeah.
I hated that. I dueled the druid. Oh no, dude.
Yeah.
Dueled the druid for an hour. Just roll a gold chart. They're both healing each other. My lay of hands came back. That's how long it was. I was like, oh, okay.
So we were talking about stuff in Mr. Pandaria. Well, what they showed at Gamescom is Blizzard always does an opening cinematic CGI openings for their games, all their games, and when they launch them,
Yeah, because I saw Cataclysm. That's
right.
Fucking awesome.
And so that Cataclysm video, they just the other day they launched the Mr. Pandaria one.
So
They showed it to us.
Panda.
Yeah, it's a lot of furry pandas.
But what I have to say is,
So that means I'm never playing WoW.
they had Kung Fu Pandas before the actual Kung Fu Panda movie, because Kung Fu Pandas were in Warcraft 3.
I mean, that's fine, but that doesn't make
Brewmaster.
It makes me feel a little bit better, but I probably still won't roll Panda.
If the tree is nerfed, then I don't see any reason to even.
If the tree is nerfed, that's all you know. Huh? The tree is nerfed.
Oh, the tree.
Tree is nerfed.
What class is the tree used for?
Everything.
Good job. Good job.
No.
What class is the tree? Everything.
You don't have talent trees for every
You were one
class?
of those D all of the above guys.
Oh yeah, you do have talent trees for every class. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a talent tree, but the only person that gets to turn into a tree is a druid.
I thought you were talking about the druid healing tree.
No, I was talking about
the
talent.
tree was
I was talking about
nerfed.
the talent tree
Oh.
for everything.
It's not really.
Okay, not all the talent trees
is-
were nerfed. No.
You have to.
But the tree druid was nerfed.
Yeah, I'm past.
You have to
Oh man, hilarious.
Yeah, you just can't heal yourself all day and innervate and walk around like, yay.
Therefore, regrowth.
Yeah. You know? It's like annoying as shit, dude. I used to hate. I'm like on a paladin whacking at people with pole arms and axes and all kinds of stuff. People are just like,
So there's an actual tree.
Yes.
Yes.
You can turn into a tree.
Real tree with branches and leaves. And
He's just not getting
sways.
he got it when he said that.
You
He's
can
like,
turn into a tree.
there's actual
Oh.
tree.
Yeah.
But he thought we were talking about talent trees, and I get that too,
okay.
because you can actually nerf a talent tree just like you can nerf the tree
Yeah,
druid.
it's called
And-
Mass Effect.
I see what you did there. Mm.
True.
All right. Next up on the block is GTA 5 something movie.
Those graphics are so good.
Finally.
So you know where it is, right?
No. What city is it?
San Andreas.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's go back to San Andreas.
I think you play. I
So
don't
there's a
remember-
trailer out for this one too?
There's screenshots.
There's screenshots.
Vehicles and
There's
stuff like
yeah.
that. Like remember the cheetah?
I've
Like
seen
the
the
Infernus
screenshots,
and the cheetah. Looks a lot
I
better.
freaking
Do they have animals in it? Like
Forever.
It looks like they do. I don't think they put little kids in it because you know people would.
people should
Yeah.
look at. So
I mean, I would be one.
I would want
But I
that.
understand. Huh?
It's Grand Theft fucking Auto. Why
And
not put
it's-
kids in there?
It's kids.
It's
kids.
It's made by Rockstar.
I can
Yeah,
hack on
that's
kids
true.
in Skyrim.
Name one game that Rockstar has put kids in.
Because they know you're gonna run them over.
Yeah, you shoot the shit out of kids. That's why I don't put kids.
I don't
in
know.
next
Why
one.
draw the line at kids? I'm
Exactly.
Why
playing
draw
with
the line
Trey
at
on
kids?
this.
Exactly.
We can,
You can go into
fuck
the strip
hookers
club, you
and
get a blood
slash
bath
people. Yeah, you can run over
When you shoot an
cops.
innocent child in the face.
You can just rob people for no reason.
Why
But
is
the
that-
line
yeah.
is children.
Why is that the line?
No.
This is not Bethesda, okay? You cannot shoot little Timmy running up asking you about his daddy.
Because because all you need is for them to script the code for a kid and make it into a hooker code, and then it's game over.
That would be
Pretty
bad.
much.
That would be bad. Who was it? I saw an article today about a
Speaking
politician
of
fucking a
little kids, like the
16-year-old.
funniest priest rabbi.
Was it freaking Michaela Maroney?
No, it wasn't.
Because then
Unfortunately, that'd be
no-
fine.
no
No,
judging there.
it was a male Democrat politician who put up a Craig's listing for sex with no strings and a 16-year-old male as well, and then they blew each other. And
Was Michelle upset?
I'm glad we jumped into that.
well, you asked, kind of.
My blackness was like, I'm not okay with this. But everything else about it was like, yes, continue.
Welcome to the Rumble Pack Podcast. On tonight's episode.
Nice. Shit. Oh, shit. Okay, so GTA.
Oh my god. There's no coming back from the very white
We
voice.
can't talk legitimately about GTA 5
You can't,
because
you can't come back from the Barry White voice on the microphone.
that reminds me of something I want to talk about.
Dragon Age 3? Oh, I skipped one, my bad.
Leaked information.
Leaked by Trey.
Yeah.
People excited about this one?
Dragon Age 2, I like Dragon Age 2 just because it's like a quick play. You don't have to
I
do
like
anything.
Dragon Age 1 so much.
Is it like-
Dragon Age 1 was
Is it like-
Did
hilarious.
you say Dragonite? He's like, Dragonite.
Dragonite.
OG of the OG.
We're not going to get anything done.
We're done. It's over. Okay, so go to your next topic before we talk
Okay.
about Dragon Age.
Darksiders 2 is out.
It's out.
I haven't got it yet, but I checked the review and I only got a 7.5.
I heard it was good though.
I heard it was good.
But why 7.5?
I don't
Because
know.
it's the
Long
same
way.
thing.
Yeah.
It is the same thing.
People they didn't play through the whole
It's
thing.
Hangover
For-
2.
Yeah, well, no, the reviewers probably didn't play through the whole thing, and you can't ever I can't speak. You can't ever trust a reviewer score because they don't play through the whole thing. They feel like they played it a million times, and they just don't feel the same way we feel about games.
Oh,
If you're playing
like Deadlight was like this. For 4 hours, it was the same thing.
Yeah.
So I felt I had a good enough grasp to put a 5-minute review out of what I thought it is and will be in the end. I haven't finished it. I still haven't finished it.
If it's 5 hours, it is that way.
If-
So, who gave it?
But I mean,
that
that's for
Um,
an arcade game though. So
IGN gave it a 7.5 when I checked GameSpot.
I'll have to
They
watch
gave
the
it
review
a
because there was a lot of anticipation for that from every source that I. had
What,
to
Darksiders?
review with.
Darksiders
Yeah.
2.
I'll have it next week.
Okay.
Alright.
It's going it's in development now,
Sweet.
so I have it because I have to play a game about that.
Shame, you know.
Death Junior.
Yeah, no,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get it for the PlayStation Portable, but I was like,
I noticed that
hang it. I was just playing Game Boy games. Huh?
moving on.
I don't want to talk about that. I'm not even going to be a fan of
Yeah,
sleeping dogs.
Oh yeah.
I heard that was
Okay.
awesome, but let's not talk about
Yeah,
that.
let's not talk about an awesome.
Okay. No, there's still the spotlight anymore. I got one question for
What's
you.
not in the spotlight?
Sleeping dogs.
Oh.
It's set in Hong Kong, but I don't really care.
It's
Hong Kong GTA, kind of.
Yeah,
it's
true crime.
I know where it is now. We're not going to talk about Giant Age 3? There's leaked information?
Yeah.
You should go back to it.
go.
Oh, you're going to ask
That's
a question.
gonna be you and you.
It's terrible.
No,
Alright.
I think we're doing good at
Yeah,
it.
we're actually doing good.
What's up?
Okay.
Debbie Down.
I'm just Nazi.
You are a Nazi.
SS.
No. I'll put it up if I can find it. Imgur. There's a picture of Hitler, and he was holding a lazy boy, and he's like, "Mine comfy chair."
I saw that
I've not seen
picture.
that before.
Yeah,
It's
that's awesome.
Alright.
You have a question for me?
I have a question for you, but it's going to spread to you. Hey,
I'm not gonna read it. I'm not gonna read it.
He's going to read it right off the paper. What's the question?
Basically, we. He made me do it. He made me do it. I wasn't even going to say it, but okay. It's about racism in video games. Do you believe that exists, like for like Resident Evil or?
Yes.
Well, Resident Evil, yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 4. Only in this country would they let black people drive. You don't remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
I
But
do,
but I don't think it's racist. I don't think that's
It's-
racist.
I think that's racist as shit.
Dude, no.
I
So-
mean, I did laugh for about 5 minutes, but
They went when I say Resident Evil 5. They went to Africa,
yeah.
yes, but when did they come? Right before they were in.
They're in Spain shooting people, but they portrayed the village people as like.
The village people.
Yeah, I mean they're not.
Yes, they are.
There was
Tribes
Osama
over
bin Laden
there.
was like in every picture of that, in like every frame of that game. Did you not like see that dude, like a dude that looked like Saddam Hussein or something, inside every frame of that game? Like I was constantly seeing this dude that was looking like him, and I was like, okay, I'll shoot Saddam. I got no problem with this. Bam.
That works. I don't know. I felt like it was not entirely funded in reality. But that's just me.
It's not supposed to be.
I don't really. I mean, not any more than it exists in the movies. I mean, a
Like
lot of that
Advance
stuff.
first.
For whatever reason, I started thinking about Jax from Mortal Kombat, and what was the dude's name in Mass Effect 2? The black dude. And he was
Jacob.
Jacob, yeah.
and then like he had a father that wasn't there, and that was like his whole storyline. I thought
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, that's
I never even thought about that. Oh my god.
and then his dad ended up being like a druggie and like
Yeah.
you know,
High on power and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
That
yeah.
is awesome.
He's like,
that
I didn't
racism.
notice that either.
That was immediately what I thought about. But the thing is,
Well, because it was that his father crash landed. It wasn't that he was like, oh, my dad was never there for me.
yeah. Well, no, I thought that even though, because hold on, wasn't he only crash landed for like 6 years or something like that? Like,
Yeah. But I never
He
got the
made
feeling
it-
that he abandoned
see,
him.
I got the feeling that he his whole from the time he was born. For whenever he was
Okay.
never around,
Yeah,
he
I
was
did
he
too.
was a non.
That's so funny as hell, though.
But again, I don't think that is racist per se. I just think that as any sort of storyteller, you have to make what you're saying relatable, and if there are aspects of life that you can tie into to bring in your viewer, bring in your reader, bring in your whoever's playing your game, you're gonna do that subconsciously, and I don't think it's intentional, except for of course Grand Theft Auto, only black people.
I mean, that wasn't like it wasn't like super prevalent. He would say it a couple times, but
No, Red Guards.
Dude.
No,
They always have the description, the most talented. I think they do too much to make it like, oh, we're not trying to be racist, black guy in NASCAR.
He started out with like stamina plus 20.
Yeah.
I don't think
Start off as a prisoner every time.
I don't think that. Wow!
Damn it, I'm in prison again.
Breaking these walls down. Anyway.
I don't think it's built in. I don't think it's built in.
Last thing then, which one did you like better? Say Grand Theft Auto 3 or San Andreas?
I like San Andreas.
Why?
Better.
You guys are high as a kite.
Dude, what are you talking
I grew up
why?
on 3
But see, okay.
because I'm racist.
You might be.
racist.
Maybe.
Actually,
Good game show.
were there any helicopters and planes and shit in 3?
Yes,
Yeah, you got a helicopter,
but you couldn't get in them.
Yeah, you could. You can get in the helicopter.
In 3?
No.
I don't
No, you
know.
couldn't.
See, I
Are
don't
you
think
sure?
you could. I think
Yeah.
San Andreas was the first one that you
Shit
could
out of the
take.
game.
Well,
I
I
know.
don't see how you can choose.
You can fly
San
in a
Andreas
tank.
over 3 if 3 is the first
You get shot 6 times, you
Polygonal.
kill that chicken.
The first what?
like 3D.
San Andreas had, and I get. I'm trying to put my finger on why I liked it.
The
so
RPG
much.
system, the fact that you had to
But-
like
no,
do
but
stuff.
that shouldn't be in.
That was gimmicky to me.
Racial
Yeah.
dialogue.
Because look, from 2.
Yeah.
Well, okay, hold on.
Did you like the
Here's
damn
the
racial dialogue?
okay. Here's the thing. I grew up in Del City, Oklahoma. Okay, most of the people in my graduating class were black. Most of my friends were black. If you go to my brother's house, most of their friends are black.
Man, this
We
is
live in Del City it's kind of
Home.
it's kind of hoodish to an extent. My cousins, I mean, I can show you pictures of them on Facebook. Me, my cousin Chris, my cousin Andy, the one that I was doing the Pokemon tournament with. There was a lot of ghetto that took place, and honestly, the story to San Andreas was very much that. It had a lot of those aspects to it, so it actually spoke more to my childhood, my experiences, my life than any of the other ones, the mafia-ish
And then that's
And-
Samuel
yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Man, you can't beat Samuel.
Samuel was in that bitch from the beginning.
My whole thing is that I never attached to it. It's just that the progression from 2 to 3 is this,
Bigger.
and then from 3 to San Andreas is.
It is. It's smaller. It is more open world, and you can fly around. You can take a helicopter up over here and San Andreas, go over here.
Yeah.
And, but I agree with you 100%. Let me tell you why I agree with you 100%.
Why can't
Because that's
players-
why I love Final Fantasy VII over all the other ones. Because the difference between Final Fantasy VI to Final Fantasy VII is this big, and the difference between all the others is just.
Fucking 7.
Like,
They-
So
I'm not a big
They
Final
have had
Fantasy
us-
guy. Period, so.
I know.
Go play 7. You're like, okay,
Yeah,
I can
7
only
through
do
14.
7. Don't do 10. 10 will make you mad.
All right.
12 will
So,
make
do you have
you-
anything else?
Yes, if you quit touching my paper.
This is my notebook,
Yeah.
dick mouth.
Oh, well, I wrote my words on it.
I have one if you don't have another one.
All right.
I have 2
Let's go.
actually.
Let's cycle through. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's get through this.
Guild Wars 2.
Was named the best.
It's still his turn.
Oh, my bad.
This black guy speaking.
We can get that to you next.
That is whack.
Next black guy. Go ahead.
Last question. Where do you see after everything like Gears of War, Master Chief, everything like that, where do you see the fate of protagonists in new games to come out? What do you think they'd have to do to actually
Why are
get
you
you
asking
going?
only John this? I mean, that's fine that you are. I'm just curious as to why.
Because you're not going to talk, and I like what he has to say. Because I already heard what you have to say. I know exactly what type of answer I could get from you if I ask you a certain question. I don't John this
Fair enough.
question.
That's exactly what I want to know. Go ahead.
Thank you for that answer, Jack. Moving on. Oh man, what are you asking me exactly? The protagonist. What do I see the protagonists being in the future of games? Like,
What would the next protagonist have to do in order for you to be like, okay, hey, I actually want to pick this up. I actually want to get to know this person for 3 more games, or actually take him through the adventure that they set out for him.
So a brand new protagonist comes into the scene, like Commander Shepard did. For the most part, he's pretty relatable. What would it take for that to be successful going forward, or for protagonists to be successful like that, to be a big name character like Master Chief?
Basically,
I
yes.
don't understand what you're asking.
I really don't. Are you asking me about the future of the model of the protagonist?
Where would the actual model of the protagonist have to go in order for them to keep your attention and say, okay, hey, we've already been to space, we've fought alien armadas, hey, we've already explored new worlds, hey, we're in machines, we're fighting aliens in space. What is the next person going to have to do in order to break in to say, okay, hey, gamers, y'all should check this out.
I don't think that it actually matters. The great protagonist, for example, we'll take the Master Chief and Commander Shepard. They're in very similar genres, very similar stories. It's not that different.
It's the tragic hero.
But we have two very specific, very popular protagonists. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where they do it. It's about the story it will always be. It's been this way forever. It will always be, since Shakespeare. Going forward, it won't change at all. I don't think the model will have to change at all.
Well, when you compare Mass Effect to Halo, and when you go through and you're okay, it's Chief. Usually, if you're playing Halo, you have this Lone Ranger feel. Mm-hmm. When you're playing Mass Effect teams, you're telling people what to do. You're actually a commander.
Right.
You're Master Chief, but you're not telling anybody to do anything. You're going where it's already been set. With Commander Shepard, he's like, okay, hey, I'm gonna pick who comes with me.
But that's what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter the genre, it doesn't matter the setting, it doesn't matter anywhere. All that matters is how you build the protagonist. It's the protagonist that matters.
Final Fantasy.
I'm just my fingertips. It's just my
He's just
fingertips.
I'm Nazi.
You can really hear my fingertips?
Hear it.
Wow. Okay.
I wouldn't do that if I couldn't hear it.
Wow, that's crazy, because, I mean, it really is. Like we just said, since Shakespeare, you build up a protagonist, and it does, I mean, his personality, we'll take Dritz Duwarden from Forgotten Realms, because I've talked about him, maybe, 4 podcasts now. He's been a team player. The Companions of the Hall, him and his best friend, they're untouchable, they're invulnerable. All his friends die off. Now it's just him. He's a lone ranger. He doesn't have any friends. He hates the world. He's mad at everybody. He's always been the protagonist, no matter what scenario they throw him in, because of how the protagonist is built. Because the rise, the fall, the challenge. It's not going to change. It's not going to change for forever. It will always be. It will always be the same structure, and it will be in the future too.
I don't think I'd like that.
You want something?
I can stand for it to not always be in the future, but
I mean, but okay, fine.
it's sold for hundreds of years, so I don't see why not. So.
Because it's sold for hundreds of years. That's more than likely the reason.
Well, you have your different genres that allow different heroes to be brought up in their own way. Like Devil May Cry, you would never put that guy with Master Chief because they wouldn't click. You know.
Our first published podcast, you asked me why Mario keeps selling.
Because it's the same thing, but they add something new. If they came out and was okay, hey, it's still 16-bit Mario, would you still play it?
Do you like Yusuke Urameshi? Do you like Ichigo?
No.
I see a Bankai sword sitting in the corner.
It was a badass sword. What's the difference between a badass person and a badass sword?
I'm just saying. Look at them. High school students.
That pissed me off, though.
It's the same.
I have a grievance against that, though, because it's a rehash and it makes me mad.
All right, we are approaching an hour and we've gotten to one person.
Wow, we so have. Believe it or not, it's not going to change because it works, and I like it.
Where's my paradigm shift?
Yeah.
Where's you're speaking of paradigm shifts? Where's mine? I want mine to happen.
The paradigm shift in the protagonist. I think it's gone everywhere it can go, so it can only go do things that it's already done.
Have you ever heard there's only one story?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just asking.
I'm just sad about it.
I just wanted you to know that.
Okay, so was that all your?
Yeah, you're good. We'll get to the big deal.
I can't complain. No, he did talk a lot.
He
That
did.
was
He
awesome.
came out with it.
That was
Yeah,
great.
let's go.
That was great.
That's awesome.
John-
Not bad for something I came up with on the spot.
Like you're playing the
That
game.
rock. I do. That's how it should be, Shaq.
All right, Colonel.
Colonel, the Colonel.
I tell you, he's dead.
Gamescom.
I do declare. You know, racism and whatnot.
Oh, damn.
Gamescom. Okay.
I wonder how. Never mind. A lot of stuff came out. A lot of information. Crossplay for Sony games and the PSP Vita.
Oh yeah.
So, one thing that I thought was really cool, with All Stars, if you buy All Stars on the PS3, you automatically get it on your Vita. Period. Like you get a free copy of it, and they want to do that as a business model, and they announced that at Gamescom.
What do you think about it as a valid business model? Because I can't really see it. I see it being a really short thing.
Then they'll stop doing it. I don't know. For what was Black Ops 2? So they showed gameplay, and that was one thing that they did it with. They showed gameplay footage of Black Ops 2 on the PS3, and then they said, you buy Black Ops 2 on the PS3, you could play it on your Vita also. You can play Black Ops 2 on your Vita and pick it up, take and go with you. Okay, I think that's cool, but I don't know.
Let's play Black Ops 2 on the Vita. Yeah, usually games that come out a year like that, like Black Ops and Halo and stuff like that. Multiplayer is a big part of the thing. If you're going Vita...
Is this where they were talking about in the beginning, you can pick up right off?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Only, 8 months after launch?
So this is, right. There's so few Vita games anyways. But they said that that's how it's going to be. If you purchase the title on your PS3 and there's a PSP counterpart, you automatically get that for free on your
That's
PSP.
cool.
So they put that out there. What else are they? The Miss Pandaria trailer was something I was going to talk about, but we already got over that. Remember Me. Did you guys see the gameplay footage for that?
I have not yet.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh my god. Well, crap. Now we can't even talk about it.
Tell me what it is.
It's a stealth, sci-fi, futuristic puzzle. I felt like...
Why does it sound like romantic comedy starring Mandy Moore?
And the thing is the protagonist is a girl. Watching the trailer, I saw a lot of Assassin's Creed. I saw a lot of Assassin's Creed influence on it. A lot of stealthing, a lot of espionage. However, there's this Ghost in the Shell aspect of lots of tech, lots of holograms, and you're an assassin, except for, the goal is not to assassinate anybody, kill them, slit their throat. The goal is to infiltrate their brain and get them to kill themselves.
Inception, Johnny Mnemonic.
And so the trailer that you watch is they give you the target. You have to find out something. You go and you gather information. You go to the target, and then you're hiding outside the target's window, and then you insert yourself into their memories, and you go through them, and it has this whole it has this whole it goes through this whole thing. You go to the memory you're supposed to change, okay, and then it goes through this cutscene, and it gives you options. It's Heavy Rain-ish. It's Assassin's Creed Ghost in the Shell Heavy Rain.
So you're not
That's why it's called Remember Me.
Yeah. So he goes in. So the girl goes in there, and it plays through the scene. You have to change this guy's memory to make him want to kill himself once the memory is over. And so it shows this fight that he has with his girlfriend. He's this big public figure. It shows this fight that he has with his girlfriend, and it gives you options to change something that happened in that memory. Well,
That fucking awesome.
you change one thing, and he didn't end up killing his girlfriend in his memory. So it says you failed, and it rewinds it all back, and you have to try again to make him kill it. They get into a fight, she walks out alive, but you have to make him think that he shot her and killed her dead. You succeed, he ends up killing her in the memory, it cuts back out to outside of his head, he picks up a gun and he blows his own brains out, thinking that he had killed his girlfriend because you changed his memory. And that's, you're an assassin, but Ghost in the Shell style assassin. I was impressed.
I have the weirdest boner right now.
I was very impressed because
Sounds
assisted
awesome.
suicide.
and you have to. It's very Assassin's Creed.
Does she have any weapons or anything like that?
She has this Mass Effect when she inserted herself into her brain, her arm glue like an Omni tool, her arm glowed white, and very Omni tool-ish, and she was outside the window, and from all I could tell, that's all she had. She didn't pull out a gun or anything.
To get from A to B, let's say there's a high security, high value target. There's going to be security that you have to get.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to.
So there will be weapons.
I'm sure. There's got to be some sort of action. I mean, I think there was combat actually in it, but I don't know.
That's cool.
It seemed really cool. It was something they showed at
I'll look
Gamescom.
that up for sure.
Yeah, it looks really interesting. What else came out of Gamescom? I forget. Me going on that tangent and just wipe my brain of everything else. But that's not all I had to talk about. But I have a discussion topic. Do you have a discussion topic for like after our news articles?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah.
Okay, because see, I have one too. So.
The one for thing happening next week.
I just came up with one on the spot after we hit record. Like 20 minutes after that, I thought of something we could talk about.
Great.
Anyway, you want to go to Mark or wait until it pops back in your head?
Mark can go. 'Cause I'm still trying to think.
Anything?
Go ahead.
Recently, I know you just walked in.
Guild Wars 2.
Never mind. Go ahead. Go Guild Wars.
That's
2.
mine.
Yeah, plot.
Guild Wars 2 comes out in 3 days now.
Okay. This is gonna make me look really bad. What is Guild Wars 2?
Oh
God. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Think of you know how, WoW came out and Guild Wars came out. Most people flock to WoW. Guild Wars is a game where you pay for it. It's an massively online game like WoW, but you pay for it once, and you don't have to do a subscription.
Okay.
And it's got so many different characters, so many different races. It's like there's 3 races. They go up against each other. They cause this big war. They destroy the world, and they're fighting over the land that's there.
Okay.
And that's just Guild Wars 1. Pretty much you fighting, beating people's asses for land. Guild Wars 2 is stuff. Oh, go ahead.
To me, World of Warcraft was when they both launched, and I remember the launch very specifically. And Guild Wars didn't have a subscription, and that's kind of what set it apart. But it didn't have a lot of things. Guild Wars was more PvP oriented. It was a lot more. And if you remember Vanilla WoW's launch, it was just PvE. It was PvE content. I remember with the Battleground patch that was 8 months out.
Don't say BRD, will choke you.
So it was PvE oriented. Guild Wars is very much more focused on player versus player and making the game about player versus player. The actual interaction.
There's world versus world combat where you get servers to fight each other, and giant maps where you're fighting 50 people on 50 people on 50 people.
Jesus.
Yeah, and just crazy amounts of spells going on. People in the background are shooting at people. It looks amazing.
Okay, cool.
The graphics on Guild Wars 2 look incredible.
Oh my god.
They look very good. But to me, they always do going in. And then you go and play Terra looked amazing. Like it was going to have amazing graphics to me. And it didn't add up.
Terra was just WoW. It was just WoW. That's the problem with Terra. And
but the combat's different with Terra.
Wow. So I just connected another 2 dots. You were talking about Terra, I think last week. We were talking about RPGs or MMOs. I was thinking about Terraria.
No, that game.
I played Terraria too. You want to play that? I own that too. It's so much fun.
So
Jonathan just
like
played
that.
that. Okay, no, Terra is an MMO.
I know what Terra is.
Okay, yeah. Terraria, also a good game. It's a Minecraft,
But,
2D.
It's great. Terra looked cool because it looked more
action,
action based, but it
was
really wasn't.
mobile, fighting. You didn't have to, stuff.
Yeah.
If you cheat the system, if you're on a hunter, you sit there, you turn around and shoot, and you're running, and you turn around and shoot.
Hunter is always like that.
Yeah, well then it's the same thing as playing Terra.
Anyways, Guild Wars 2, but honestly, I have no. What did I say last week? I have no hope for any MMO that's going to come out. No, whatsoever. Neverwinter, Elder Scrolls MMO. I have no hope for anything.
I have hope for Elder Scrolls. No, Guild Wars 2. I have hope for it because it's not subscription based. It's cool.
You buy it and that's
you buy it and you're like, hey, I can play this game on any computer. I don't have to do anything.
I'm going back to
what? Did you have anything else?
I'll play it because
Start a guild.
Tells us.
I do have a couple headlines. Go ahead though.
I was about to say the Tales of series. Do y'all follow that?
Tales of the World.
Tale of Zillia is coming out November. It's the next one in the series. It follows this chick. Just random chick.
I was hoping for Lloyd. Lloyd is the name.
The Tales series is so old. Have you ever played any of the Tales games? Mm-hmm. You should go back and play them.
Yeah, they're actually fun. It's like
Tales of Destiny was my favorite one.
But you can attack when you're up.
Anything else?
No, I'm good, dude.
All right.
Diablo 3's put out a lot of information about their 1.0.4 patch. They're making a lot of changes, a lot of improvements, but what I want to talk about is, or one of the headlines that came out was, the Diablo 2 producer-director no longer works for Blizzard, okay? he hasn't worked for Blizzard for a while. While Diablo 3 was in development, he left, and his whole team or whatever. So the team that made Diablo 3 is pretty much a new team to have worked on the Diablo series. Diablo 1 and Diablo 2 was one director, Diablo 3. He hasn't worked for Blizzard for a couple years. He was in an interview with, I forget the site, and he didn't really bash Diablo 3 director Jay Wilson and his team, but he said, if I would have done this game, I would have done it differently, and I'm sad the way that it's come out and some of the negative feedback that's come out about it. You remember my first podcast, we talked pretty negatively about it.
Yeah, that just went out.
Yeah. We're about to run out of batteries over here, too.